What's up, everybody? Welcome to Buzzworthy TV. I'm the girl, Lady T, and tonight we are talking R&B Divas LA, y'all. Y'all, tonight was like epic, okay? So, I'm gonna get comfortable and let's get into it. Y'all, first of all, MVP of this whole reunion was Chrisette Michele. This girl came on here just to let y'all know, okay? Like, I'm not here for this shit. She kicked ass and took names. Like, she even had some bass in her voice, and I was here for it. So, y'all, let's get into it. This show kicks off, of course, recapping the whole season, and Wendy Williams opens up with talking about the ladies' trip to Big Bear because it seemed as though everyone was trying to move past their issues and really trying to move forward. And she asks the girls, did the trip help? And, everybody don't really say nothing, but we got Little Mo. Here she, what's that girl name? I'm sorry. Little Mo said if there was another trip, she wasn't going, and she felt like it didn't really help them get past their issues. She just felt like she was at work filming the scene. And I'm just so tired of negative Nancy ass. I just can't. I'm so sick of her. And Stacy ass, who wasn't even a part of the trip, wasn't even fucking thought of, was like, well, the problem is, Wendy, no one wants to be upfront and honest. So until everyone can be upfront and honest, no one wants to go anywhere with anybody. No one wants to go to the woods, to a restaurant, to the bathroom, nowhere. So Wendy Williams was like, are you upfront and truthful? She was like, yes, I am. And so here goes Shantae. I think she lies. And she was like, lie. If you're gonna say I lie, you better say what I lie about, because you like to speak in generalities. And while she's going off, here go Chrisette. You are so rude and disrespectful. Now she was giving you that, nonchalant Chrisette voice at first. And then, Stacy keep talking. So Chrisette is like, you are rude and disrespectful. And you're a liar. She was like, what did I lie about? You lied about why you're on this show. Girl, when she got some bass in her voice, everybody got quiet. Did you hear me? And when he was like, what? Hold on. Like, she was getting some tea. She was like, what happened? And so Chrisette tries to tell her story. And Stacy is continuously interrupting her. And this is where I tend to believe Chrisette's story, which is that Stacy came to her and tried to let her know on the sidelines, thinking that if they were going to be cool, she gave her information like, I'm coming for Shantae and Miss Chalet. And Chrisette wasn't here for that, little did she know. So anyway, and I tend to believe this because she wouldn't let Chrisette talk, and she got so defensive, and Chrisette was like, why are you so defensive? I'm telling you, it seemed like Chrisette's sole purpose on this reunion was to come back to beat the fuck out of Stacey Francis, because she didn't like what she was brought on the show to do. And she was not going to let her name be tainted, and she was not going to drag herself into the madness by staying on that show. Because if she would have stayed around, we would have saw a whole other side of Chrisette, and she was not going to degrade herself to that. Not for no reality TV, not when she got a viable career, not when that ain't even what she about. And I really do feel her. And so, but she did show up just to let everybody know where she stand, to tell her truth, and I was here for that. And honey, when she told Stacey Francis, you're rude and disrespectful, and you know this about yourself, I was like, Hell no. Y'all know what? Next time Stacey call herself coming for me, man, I wish. I'm not even that petty, but I wish I had a way to have Chrisette handle her, because Chrisette handled the hell out of her. It was just like, she came for Shantae and Miss Chalet, and Chrisette was like, oh no, y'all don't gotta do this. I got this. Because when Shantae was actually trying to answer Stacey's question about what she was lying about, it was kind of like Chrisette was kind of giving her a look just on the slide, like, I got this. And that's when she spoke up, was like, you lied about why you're on this show. And it went in from there. She called her, girl, that exchange, the first 5 minutes was everything. So anyway, y'all. So then we finally get a chance to hear Shantae talk. And her thing is like like I've been saying. Shantae tells Chrisette, oh, sorry, y'all. Ooh. Chrisette, sweetie, if you watching my videos, I'm sorry. I did not mean to mix you up with that thing over there. Shantae tries to tell Stacey that, you need to stay out of my business. You need to stop putting your nose in the business that you don't know nothing about. And like she said out of the 11 years that I was married to Kenny, he never mentioned your name. I never knew you existed. So how are you going to speak on something that you knew nothing about? And I was like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And even Shantae said, I've never said anything disparaging or derogatory about Kenny on a public platform ever. And that was my thing from the get-go. Ain't nobody saying Shantae is innocent. Clearly she's not. Like, let's get this straight. When I go in on Stacey, it's not because I'm just like, oh, Shantae is an angel. No, I do think that at times she is bullied, and I'll speak on that. But there's sometimes, and I'm going to get to that, where Shantae, you need to check yourself, girl. But I'm going to get to that. Anyway, but I agree with her totally on this. You cannot put your nose in somebody else's marriage. I don't care how good of friends you are. And that's number one. Number two, like she said, she never said anything in a public platform, and whatever she said in her immediate circles of friends and family, that's her damn business. Just like whatever Kenny's ever said about her, which he obviously had because he said it to you if y'all such good friends. He done said it to you. And so what? They're going through a divorce. People talk to their close friends and family. But she never brought it to a public platform. You've done that, Stacey. You. And again, I ask you, what kind of friend are you to Kenny? Because he hasn't even brought up all the drama and all the things that led up to him and Shantae's divorce. You're the one that's bringing out to the front that's making us like, ooh, I wonder what happened. Ooh, for real? You know what I mean? Like, come on now. Let's just be freaking real. You are doing this. So if you're wondering why people are just like hating on you and bashing you and got petitions out, there's actually several petitions out to get you off of this show. You only have yourself to blame. You. Because you start a mess. You, Stacey. Anyway. So, then we get on to Brave and Stacey's introduction. And what I like about Brave is she did what every new person to a group is supposed to do. She kind of sat back and kind of felt everybody out and just wanted to get to know everybody and be a team player. She's just here. She ain't trying to get into nobody's mess because she don't really know them like that to be on team nobody. And I respect her for that. She was just trying to get to know people and use this platform for what it was, to promote her shit. And guess what? Everybody loved Brave. She came on this show as an underdog. Everybody was like, who is she? Never heard of her. And now everybody love her. People checking for her music and everything. Bitch, Stacey, you could have been doing that. But no, you wanted to come on here as a shit starter. So, speaking of that, let's talk about Stacey and her introduction. And how ever since she got on here, she been starting shit. And Little Mo dumbass go say, let's be real. Before she got on here, it was straight up boring. Let me tell you. Little Mo. Come here. Look at me. Okay. I understand you got like 1,000 kids, all right? Just pay attention. You got 1,000 kids, right? I get it. But here's the thing. Don't nobody want no contrived drama where somebody is getting bullied for no damn reason. And I'm saying no damn reason because Leela has a legitimate issue with Shantae, and she even turned up. Yeah, she put her hands all in her face, and I wasn't here for that. But she regained her composure, and she didn't even really like giving Shantae that much energy. But every chance you get, you sitting up here harping on Shantae, and it's like, what for? Is she your storyline? You talking about the cool kids and the not so cool kids and how the not so cool kids want to eat off the cool kids? Well, it seems to me like you eating off Shantae because you always got her name in your mouth. You always want to hold a grudge so it can be your fucking storyline. Well, Little Mo, contrary to popular belief, don't nobody want to see that unnecessary drama. What we want to see is, we want to see why. You know, we want to see what made you the godmother of hip-hop and R&B. We want to see you out there booking shows. We want to see you out there in the studio. We want to see you promote your book that you had out. We want to see you promote the Scarlet Letter. You sat up there and released the CD, and the only reason why I sold 800 copies is because your ass wasn't promoting it. Like, we could have saw that shit. You had a CD out. The only thing we heard about you musically is that you had a release party. After that, you jumped on the drama train. Girl, bye. That's why your ass ain't gonna get nowhere but some low budget. I ain't gonna call R&B Divas low budget, but that's all you gonna be now. Is this shit starter. And you better than that. You got way too much talent for this. Like, girl, get your life. Then we got Michelle and her lateness. They talking about how she's always late. And, you know, Michelle says that a lot of times that she was late is because her car broke down. And at one point she didn't even have a car. And Whitney's like, wait a minute, you have a car? And you got a child with Dr. Dre and Suge Knight? And Suge Knight's daughter that she got with him, she's only 12. So Whitney's like, you don't get child support? And she was like, he don't pay like he's supposed to. And she viewed herself as a single parent. That's one of the reasons why she did the show, because, you know, she got to take care of her. And I'm like, Michelle A., you a good one. Because that wouldn't be me. That nigga will be paying somebody. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, then we talk about Michelle A.'s absence. And basically, because when they come back from break, you know, Michelle A. is not there. Supposedly she went to the bathroom. So it brings up how she's always, you know, disappeared. And basically they said that they are really concerned for her because she got a lot going on. And Little Mo seems to think that she's mixing her, you know, anxiety medication with other substances. And this is the one time in this during this whole reunion where I feel like everybody was on one accord and they kind of put their beef aside for this tiny little minute, and they were all expressing their concern for Michelle A. And that was good. Then we talk about Leela and Teresa. And this is where I got a little emotional because they showed the footage of, you know, Leela and Teresa. You know, Teresa tells her story about, you know, her fight with breast cancer. And when they get there showing the footage, little Leela is crying. And I'm like, wow, I feel you. And again, here's the thing. what I didn't appreciate when Leela put her hands all up in Shantae's face, I got it. Because, like I said, my grandmother just passed from cancer a year ago. And when something's that close to your heart, and, like, you got to put yourself in Leela's place. That's one of her best friends. She's fighting for her life. And you going around here asking for 1%. How dare you? That's number one. And then number two, you sitting up here with this, with this nonchalant attitude because you got issues with everybody. And when I ask you who's being mean to you, you said who's nice. And bitch, I'm going out of my way to be nice to you. I'm even swallowing my freaking pride about this 1% shit, which you already pissed me off about, but I'm trying to be cool. And you can't, say what the fuck it is. I get it. That's one of the reasons why I didn't get mad at Leela, even though I thought, she could have handled it better. I get it. Like I said, Little Mo and Stacy, they're just some bullies. And I could call a spade a spade. But legitimately, they don't have no beef with Shantae. The only person I think that has legitimate beef is Leela. So they need to have some seats. So then we got the Shantae's friend. Shantae's friend that she had brought to the cancer event, the one that she had sang to. Well, Wendy is like, look, it felt like to me that you brought her on stage as like a prop. And she was like, no, not true. I didn't come there to upstage Leela or anything like that. It was just my friend has won her battle with cancer, and it was my only time to really celebrate her. And this is what I gotta say. Shantae, I love you, right? But come here. Let's have a talk. I understand. I honestly do. She's your friend. She's winning her battle with cancer, and you wanted to celebrate her. But you have to think about your actions sometimes. I don't think, like Shantae, to me, her heart be in the right place, but she don't think how it can impact other people. Just like this, I truly believe she wanted to honor her friend, but you bring her to the event that Leela put together to celebrate her friend. So it makes it look like you're upstaging her. Just like how you claim that you asked for 1% for everyone. But even if you did, it still makes you look greedy when we're talking about a charity song. So sometimes I just think you just need to think before you act sometimes. Then maybe people would take you the wrong way. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, then we got Chrisette's story. They go and talk about how she started with Chipster and brought her brother on board. And, Wendy asks how her brother's doing, and she tells everyone, he's doing good. He doesn't take his medication, but he sees a life coach. And, they do a lot of meditation and prayer. And I'm like, good for him, because I do think he's super talented. And then they talk about Little Mo and Miss Chalet's disagreement about how she was supposed to meet Little Mo's father-in-law. And basically, Miss Chalet is just saying she was not in a good space that day, and she did, excuse me, y'all. She wasn't in a good space that day, and she was going to tell Mo, but when she seen her, but she didn't feel her for 3 days later. But by that time, Little Mo was already in her feelings. And Little Mo was just so nonchalant. She was just like, I just, just care about me and mine and whatever. But we do find out next week why Little Mo got this nonchalant attitude. I guess something happened in her own personal life where she tried to kill herself. So, she's just trying to keep herself together and not trying to worry about everybody in their situations, I guess. Anyway, then they talk about Miss Chalet's performance at the House of Blues for the cancer event. And she admitted that she was not in a really good space. She was having a very bad, asthma attack, a very bad anxiety attack, and it just was not a good night. So, then they talk about the 1%, and this is where Shantae was like, basically, she asked for 1% for everyone. And here go Wendy Williams. She flat out said, you're lying. You're lying. And everybody just starts yelling. So, hey, that's where it is off at. There's a lot more drama ahead. I can't wait to watch. Anyway, y'all, till next time, peace and love.